Right, if we both start with a clap just to record, like, sync it up for editing.
Say 3, 2, 1.
Ready? No. 3, 2, 1. Listen to me in real life.
No. Alright. Ready? 3, 2, 1. That's good.
There we go. Right, okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 4 of Keeping Up with the Keynesians. Today I'm joined by Elliot, Guy, James, Hilton, and on the line we have our fellow companions, Adam Smith's apprentices. How are you all today?
We're very good, very good.
Thanks,
this
boys.
is Oscar. I'm Fred.
Well,
and yeah, it's a pleasure to be with you boys today.
So today's topic, we're going to be talking about supply side policies, specifically in the UK. So supply side policies, in a nutshell, basically, they target all the factors of production, from capital to land to labour to everything, to try and stimulate that long run demand. Growth, prosperity and opportunity is the main 3 words that they focus on, but these are their promises. However, if they actually work, they're shown to increase risk quite a lot. So therefore, are they really effective in transforming a sluggish economy? So if you take it to Adam Smith's apprentices, do you want to just introduce your podcast quickly?
So yeah, obviously we're the Adam Smith's apprentices, founded about 2 weeks ago, and we just love econ, to be honest.
we're here for the econ, pure love for it, I think.
Yeah,
For the game, passion.
Just for love of the game.
yeah.
Brilliant. So, you've talked about New Trafford and
About Thames Water,
Thames Water in your first two.
renationalisation of Thames Water. Yeah, that was our first video, most popular. So
I like that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Watch, I'm just gonna stop you there. Right, fundamentally,
today we're going to be talking about the renationalisation of Thames Water. It's monopoly.
monopoly.
It was a good one. So that kind of fits into today's supply side policies. So, why this topic? The UK currently faces low productivity, slow growth, high taxes. Supply side economics could be the solution, could be not. We're going to discuss that today. So Elliot, do you want to discuss where we are now?
Yeah, so if we just take a look at where the UK economy is nowadays, then the economy is facing stagnation with low growth, high debt and struggling businesses. So just look at a couple of statistics related to that. We have very stagnant growth. Productivity growth averaged just 0.2% between 2007 and 2019. And further figures which emphasise our low productivity is the fact that the UK has the second slowest growth in output per hour worked among G7 countries.
You're covering your mouth.
Your headphones are a bit, I don't know.
The mic's not
Can
picking
you hear
it
anything I'm
up.
saying?
3, 2, 1. We're back.
Right, we don't need to clap all the time. We're doing it in one take.
Hang on. Did they hear anything I just said?
Did you hear anything you just
Yeah.
said?
We were just quite muffled.
It was muffled.
So, anyway, thank you, Elliot.
Cheers,
So, if we take it to Adam Smith, do you want to talk about what is supply side economics?
For supply side policies, we have the free market policies, so deregulation, lower taxes, privatisation, all of that. And then we have the interventionist policies, so it's just basically just government spending, public investment into infrastructure, education, research and development, all of that.
And obviously they're all aiming to increase the long run potential productive capacity of the economy, shifting LRS outwards. Yeah.
I think if you're looking at it, that's the fundamental reason. Like, sometimes these supply side policies can have short run economic growth benefits, but ultimately the long run is what we're looking at. Sorry, we've had a slight interruption.
Can you get out? Get out, mate.
Sorry about that.
Get out, mate. Get out. Get out.
Sorry about it.
We can mute.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Successful examples from the UK involve 1980s.
British Telecom increasing competition and efficiency, therefore causing that LRS shift outwards.
Yeah.
And the Big Bang. I haven't heard much about that personally.
Boys, you take over now. Big bang, hit us with it.
So, the Big Bang in 1986 made London a global financial hub. I have no idea. What is this? Jack, did you not edit
Jack.
Thank you to Freddie, Oscar and Will. So James and I, we're going to look at some modern UK examples. So recently we had Rachel Reeves announce a 3rd runway at Heathrow. The potential benefits, if you're increasing not only investment, if you look at the multiplier effect, you also have economic growth, job creation, global competitiveness, if you're encouraging not only tourism, but corporations to come in, integrating the economy into the UK. But there are some concerns with that. You have the environmental impact, you have locals who probably don't want a 3rd runway for various reasons. You've got community disruption, economic viability, it's very expensive, so that could be an issue. James, if you want to look at HS2.
Yeah, the runway.
Bloody hell, there's some enthusiasm into it.
No, I just said runway.
Hey, James, let's not lose it, yeah?
James.
Come on, lock in. Come on, James, let's lock in, come on.
What he said.
Yeah, cheers, Ollie. It's the railway built. It was supposed to connect the south and north of England because the north was pretty stagnant economically. However, because it was going through these like housing estates and wildlife reserves, then we got
James
never
knows
building
shit.
it.
James, where's this going, James?
James, alright, boys, let's
James,
round
you
up.
read the script.
Boys, fundamentally, boys, no, boys. Are you
Fundamentally, one more time.
Are you for this runway or not? We want to hear your like personal opinions, boys.
So, personally, I think I'm for this runway.
Really?
I think stagnating.
Wait, open the window.
Oh my god, James.
James, I'm losing my shit.
Getting rid.
Alright, you're up.
I am for the runway. I think it would be greatly beneficial to the UK economy. I think the benefits outweigh the costs. What do you think?
Well, fundamentally, I'm going to play devil's advocate because you know I like playing that. So, I'm actually against this runway because think about the other places the
Third
government can spend
species.
the money. The migratory pattern of the albatrosses.
What?
It's like crazy. This albatrosses migrate straight over London every year. But that means a high capacity of planes, more planes landing, more Boeing 747s, more Airbuses. Those albatrosses are getting destroyed. Environmental degradation is occurring.
You got to think
And I'm
Sam
not
Hall
up
as
for
well.
it.
Sam Hall.
You got
Those that live there, more disruption,
Noise pollution.
more noise pollution. It's not sustainable in the long run. I'm sorry, but it's not. James, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah,
James thinks out filters it. Boys, we want to talk about econ here. Let's lock back in.
Thank you guys. So we've looked at the UK examples. If we have a quick debate. Right, anyway, so if we take the foresight, if you look at privatisation, I mean, you were talking about attempts towards privatisation, how it fails, but I think there's examples of, say, in industries such as the British Telecom during the 1980s, which became more competitive and efficient after the privatisation led to the driving of more technological innovation. It proves that there is some success in supply-side policies, but then if you also look abroad and you look at Singapore, their economic model, very supply-side orientated, they've got low taxes, pro-business regulation. Elliot, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I don't know. If you look at Singapore, then I'd definitely say it's transformed into a global financial hub with a booming GDP per capita of 65,000 US dollars.
Wow.
And obviously there are some issues with low corporation tax as people getting away with keeping a lot of money. So it's probably not so good for the people who struggle and need benefit from the government.
I just like to counterbalance, you say Singapore. Only problem is Singapore's tiny, like micronation. When you look at UK, we're a lot bigger than Singapore. We aren't just like a single city state. I don't think we can really take the same approach as them. And I think, every country is different in its own, and the UK needs a different approach to anywhere else because it is really just that productivity that we're lacking. It's a supply side problem at the end of the day. It's that productivity gap.
What should we do to boost our productivity?
I think a way that's been proposed is linking Cambridge and Oxford.
Yeah.
So what are your opinions on that?
I think the Silicon Valley is a good idea. I mean, we've got strong education as it is. If we streamline that and make it a global power to reckon with, I think we can make something special out of it. And I think it's not necessarily something that's at a huge cost, really. I think it's very feasible. It's one of the more feasible ones that we have.
Just say we're exacerbating that north-south divide even more by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Very valid.
We're making
very
Silicon
valid.
Valley than what we make in North, just a dumping
But
ground.
if you make that, you could then bring in that capital to then invest into the northern areas. I think one of the issues we have at the moment is we have rising national debt. So it means that we are struggling to invest in certain supply side policies in the northeast. But if we generate that extra revenue, I think if we could do something special with addressing that inequality.
You got to look at across that northern Manchester, Liverpool, Sheffield, Leeds area. If you could link them up to make them more integrated and better off, I think that would actually help out because you see examples of people living in Bradford who can't get jobs in Manchester due to the geographical immobilities. So,
Boys, I think we've gone off script a bit.
James.
Alright, let's play a good game of boom or bust. Boom or bust.
It's not boom or bust. It's Hall of Fame or Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame. So I'm going to give you 3 scenarios. You're going to say whether it was going down in the Hall of Fame or the Hall of Shame.
Can I see the editor? Can we see the editor?
You want to see the editor? That's the editor.
He's great.
I'm going to give you three scenarios and you're all going to vote on whether you think it was Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame. So the first one, we have Reagan's 1981 tax cuts. What do you think? Do you know anything about the topic?
Well, I know it caused short-term growth and long-term deficits, so I'm going to go Hall of Shame.
Yeah, I'd have to agree because the long-term deficits, how are you going to get over those?
Yeah, no, definitely. That is 100%.
Cheers, James.
What was the answer?
So the answer is, it doesn't say. But yeah, no, it was Hall of Shame. So well done to you all. Next one we have Liz Truss. I mean, we kind of know the answer already for this.
This is Hall of Hell. This is Hall of Hell. Yeah, we're adding a new one.
Hall of Hell.
Hall of Hell.
Category for this.
Hall of Hell, that's an alliteration.
Is that it?
Physically sick, to be honest.
Right, yeah, I mean, it led to an immediate market crash, followed by a U-turn. I mean, Liz Truss herself lasted shorter than a lettuce. Common metric, I think they used. Yeah.
Right, we've got one for you. What about Ireland's low corp tax rate? What do you think about 12.5%.
Oh, I reckon it boosted foreign investment. It increased inequality.
Well read, Eddie.
Stop reading the script.
Yeah, so I think that's.
Think back to economically, loads of foreign corporations have now housed themselves in Ireland,
Yeah, and it's
which has
good
led to
because
an
it's
increase in
led-
income
Yeah, so
tax.
just Amazon.
So they made up for the decrease in the tax rate by just getting a greater level of revenue.
That's what I was gonna say.
Elliot, you were not going to say that.
Elliot has no clue.
Elliot has no.
You know, Elliot doesn't even do econ. He just does
Oh yeah, what is he doing?
Anyway, right. I was going to say that was a successful game, but it kind of wasn't. Should we just conclude it then? Because before this just falls apart completely.
Don't know, man. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I think.
Get out.
Oscar, Will, and Fred. Great lads, honestly. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously are big fans of the pod.
Thank you. Thanks.
Set of economic minds right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I reckon Oscar's going places.
Mr. Fundamental.
Fundamentally, yeah.
yeah.
Cheers, Elliot.
Yeah, right. Anyway. If you go to the key takeaways, the UK does need growth. Supply side reform, is it the right answer?
Yes.
I mean, it's a
Fundamentally, yeah, you can't argue no, boys, can we?
Fundamentally, Anna Smith thinks so. Do we think so?
Well, Elliot doesn't do econ, so he's excluded from this.
Yeah, Elliot's clueless.
What's the question?
At least I know what the question was.
Can we ask that? Can we ask
Do you think
camera?
supply side
It says it on the script, mate.
Leave the economics before the economics leaves you. The economics has left them.
No, we're not. This is not
Sorry,
scripted.
it's not scripted.
Script?
Right, so what are the key takeaways, James? Alright, I'll do the key takeaways.
I think.
Boys, you're leaving it all to Ollie. Can we see
Boys,
some
come on.
James, the Keynesians, let's get a grip. James, can we see
Keeping
some
up with the
input?
Keynes.
Honestly, I think supply side policy has its benefits. It can be used instead of fiscal policy to boost the economy.
Yeah, I definitely would say it's got a place in the UK economy because, I mean, if you decrease corporation tax, it increases the likelihood of economic growth because companies are incentivized to get larger profits.
Brilliant. I mean, I think, Will, your point about the scale.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think the scale is important. I mean, obviously Singapore was an example we gave, but I think the scale of the UK, it is a big economy, and therefore you have those time lags that we mentioned. You also have issues with addressing inequality. But if you focus on a specific project in a specific area, it could lead to exacerbating that inequality. So I think, yeah, I mean, it's a complex issue.
Basically, I just think it's a mixture of interventionist and market-based policies have got to be used, to be honest. I think we'd all agree, wouldn't we? Would you agree? He doesn't agree, does he? Do you not agree? Doesn't play games.
Well, boys, I think you're missing the key points here. You knew it.
I knew it.
I think that basically for a market-based policy to work, interventionism has to occur in the first place. I don't think we're at the state right now where market-based policies can be used. Like, it's not.
We need interventionists, then market-based. So what else have we got, James?
It seems to be about it, mate.
James is watching free ride skiing. What are you doing?
And that's the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. It's been a great podcast here with the Keynesians.
Not with the Keynesians. Boys, I'm just going to say it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having us, and we've really enjoyed it.
We'll do it in the future again. We don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
Maybe we learn a bit
totally.
more about it.
We'll get a different panel because these two need to get a grip.
If you replace Elliot,
Elliot will be back.
Right, anyway, an engagement question for our viewers. What do you think? Should the UK go all in on supply side economics? Or do you think a different route is more appropriate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We have an email, so keep me up with the Keynesians at gmail.com if you want to leave feedback, provide some love, provide an insight.
Thank you, boys.
Love it all. Thank you very much to Adam Smith. Thank you to Elliot and James. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you, boys. See you, Elliot.
Okay. Okay, cheers. See you in a bit. Bye.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was awful.
well, I knew it was going to be awful.
Honestly, it's Jack's fault. He made a shit script.
James, you did absolutely good. Beany, I feel bloody horrible.